Good morning, Northmont Middle School. Today is Friday, January 29, 2016, and I'm Ben Ryan.
And I'm Jeremy McCarnes, and we're live from New York City.
Teachers, please check dress code and make sure your students are dressed for success. So, Joey, are you enjoying New York so far?
Yeah, I'm having a fun time. First we went to the Statue of Liberty, and then we went to Times Square, and just now we went to the Empire State Building.
Well, I bought this cool hat.
We can't forget to do one thing.
What's that?
We need to check announcements.
All right, here are today's announcements. Students who are signed up to participate in Social Connections Club, which starts February 4th at 3 o'clock, need to have all their paperwork signed and returned to Mrs. Clark in the guidance office as soon as possible.
Attention all of Mr. Myers students. Please report to the gym today. That's all of Mr. Myers students. Please report to the gym today.
Just a reminder that cleanup crew application are due today. Please turn them in to Mrs. Turner in room 221.
Hey middle school students, if you haven't ordered a yearbook, you can still purchase them on Northmont webpage. Yearbooks are only $40. We have less than 90 yearbooks left, so get yours before they are gone. Also, there will be a yearbook meeting of yearbook staff members on Wednesday, February 3rd from 3 to 3:45. Please pick up a letter from the Media Center if you plan to attend.
The competition has begun. Which team will win? Change for Change is a fundraiser to help build wells in southern Sudan and provide nets to combat malaria. Think about what you could give up for the next 2 weeks and donate that money to Change for Change. You want to put as much change in your team's bucket and put as many paper bills in the other team's bucket to subtract their total goal. The winning team will win an advisory party sponsored by the Student Council. Be the change you wish to see in the world. Donate to Change for Change at lunch every day.
Announcement from Team Integrity and Team Optimism.
Good morning. Team Integrity and Team Optimism have been reading the story A Long Walk to Water. As we've read as a class, it has opened our eyes to the many needs that are so basic to us that we easily take for granted that people all around the world have today. We have challenged our students, and our students have accepted, to raise money to provide some of these basic necessities. Change for Change will be a time for all of us to come together as a school and to look at what we have so readily available to us and to be able to reach out and to help people today that are in great need.
Now we have a challenge for all of you. We need you to help us raise money. We've entered into a fundraiser called the Iron Giraffe Challenge, where we need to raise at least $1,000 to help build a well in Africa. What we're going to do is start a fundraiser next week at lunch. You're going to see these buckets out in front of the lunchroom every day. Your goal is to put as much change into your team's bucket as possible. And then you want to put as many paper bills in other teams' buckets because it will subtract from their total. All the money raised will go to help build this well in Africa, and any money raised over $1,000 will help to give nets to people in southern Sudan to help combat malaria. Thank you very much, and we look forward to seeing lots of change in those buckets.
That's a great idea. I'm going to go home and break into my change jar.
I'm not sure what this is about. I mean, Africa is pretty far away.
Let's take a look at this video. I think you'll get a better idea why this project is so important.
This is the house I was born in. That's where I grew up. That's where I was born. And I used to play here with my cousin. That's my uncle's house. My grandfather was buried here.
Until 2011, Sudan was Africa's largest country. For 21 years, a civil war raged between northern and southern Sudan. Nearly 2 million people died. 4 million were displaced. During fierce government attacks in 1985, amid gunfire and bomb blasts, 17,000 southern Sudanese boys fled into the bush. They became known as the Lost Boys of Sudan. The Lost Boys trekked 1,800 miles across the desert, fending off lions and hyenas, eventually living in refugee camps, first in Ethiopia, then Kenya. During their journey, about 5,000 of the boys perished from hunger, thirst, disease, exploding bombs, or attacks by animals and soldiers. The 12,000 who survived ended up in the UN-sponsored refugee camp in Kakuma, Kenya. In 1996, Salva Dut was one of the first of 3,800 lost boys selected for resettlement in the United States.
When I came here, I was sponsored by Episcopal Church. This is how I get here. And when I came here, I didn't know anything.
Salva became an American citizen. After 15 years in the U.S., he returned to once again make his home in South Sudan and travels to the U.S. annually. Salva achieved a 2-year associate's degree and is continuing his education.
And I have to make sure that I work hard enough to support myself and educate myself as much as I can. A lot of you read about what is going on in Sudan and what happened. During the wartime, my dad took me to school. And when he took me there, the war broke out, and then I depart, and we never see each other again. And I didn't know where my dad was for about 19 years. And when I heard about him, he was sick because of waterborne diseases, and he was in the clinic of UN. He walked close to 300 miles to go to that clinic, and he walked there many, many days to get there. I said I should go and see my dad before he passed away. And when I went there to that clinic, I saw my dad. He was very weak. And I walked to my dad. I said, "Hey, Dad, how are you?" And he said, "Who are you?" I said, "I'm Salva Dut." And he was starting with emotion. And he sprayed the water on my body and said that it's a sign of the welcoming back. He felt like I was dead and now I'm coming out from the tomb. The doctor told him that he need to start drinking clean water. If not, he might get sick again and get some waterborne diseases again, and he might die. When I went back to U.S., I said I should do something to help my dad and other people who are in the same situation as well. And that's where I formed a non-profit organization called Water for Sudan. That's why I'm here today. And now he's drinking clean water, he's healthy. I was starting it because of him, but I find there was so much need for others. And if you help them, these people someday they may help others. And that's what really gives me energy, because it's helping the life of the people. Now that South Sudan is an independent nation, it's all the more important to help them help themselves.
Hey, Joey, do you know where we could get some lunch?
Yeah, we can go get something from those street carts we saw.
Well, let's go. And while we're gone, here are today's lunches.
Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it.
Well, if you're you're wondering why we are in New York today, it's because Ben got 2 tickets for his birthday last year.
Speaking of birthdays, let's see who's having one today.
You say it's your birthday. It's my birthday too, yeah. They say it's your birthday. We're gonna have a good time. I'm glad it's your birthday. Happy birthday to you, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Happy birthday to Aiden Pine and Mrs. Henderson.
Happy birthday on Saturday to Taylor Pritchett and Cole Rife.
Happy birthday on Sunday to
Emilio Duval
Adrian Bridge.
and Blair Kendrick.
Happy birthday. Well, that's our show.
Don't forget to be kind,
Go to New York.
be responsible,
Eat hot dogs from food carts.
and be the best you can be.
Because that's the Northmont way.
Have a great weekend.